Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Asher from Morales RC Designs here, and today I will be showcasing this Mugen Seiki X12 made by Novarossi. It's got Mugen on that side, Nova on that side. So yeah, I'm gonna start the disassembly with taking off the head. Press the button. Share my master share. Still take off the packet. Next is to get the sleeve out. So this is as low as a packer. Speed up, but still does the value. Seiki paper and these on sport. Fairly slowly flow on. Turn it. Come right out. Piston, just reaching there, grab the rod. Piston will come right out. I take off the clutch now. Use the clutch tool. Got this screw nut. Got the clutch shoe. Sprinkler. Get all the weights. Alright, my ratchet. And I have my plywood board here for MRC. Just tighten it down. Sounds like something breaks, but nothing breaks. That's actually the sound your plywood under tape. And then I'll usually I'll usually just plastic like this. Snap it out. I'll convert it off. And then we have the crankshaft. A little bit hurt in the block, so that doesn't really come out. Yeah. Okay, so here we have the internals of an MRC tuned Mugen Novarossi X12. First thing I'm going to start off with is the backplate. I made these two cutouts right here just to help the airflow get up into the transfer ports easier. This isn't totally necessary, but with an on-road engine, you basically want everything you can get out of it, so that's what I did. Next is the sleeve. Here you can see, did fang, gave it a really good bevel along the edge here. Now the Novarassi's intake or boost port already comes with a very nice bevel, so I just helped that out by giving it two fangs. I think those came out really clean. And then again, the fang and the bevel on this side. And then if you can see right at the top of the exhaust port, it's not black. You can see the chrome and the brass. So I did raise the blowdown a little bit. Very minor, nothing too much. I also widened the top of the exhaust port just a little bit. And that will increase overall top end, which is what you want in on-road. So the next thing is where most of the work is done on this engine. It's the crankshaft. And the first thing you can see is that this crank opening has been increased a lot. Just widened. I made sure to give these a very knife edge, or like a sharp edge, just to get the opening as wide as possible. Next, you can see I cut off the back over here a pretty good amount. I wanted to help the balance of this crank as much as possible. Moving on to the front of the crank, as you can see, I made a very noticeable knife edge on this side. It's got a very smooth transition. That'll help a lot as the crankshaft speeds up. There won't be any resistance. I blended this in to the gas passage, or whatever you want to call that, the center bore, because this cut was already here, but it was very small and it didn't really blend into it that good, so that's what I did. I blended it in to give the air a smoother transition coming out, and then I did the same over here. This helps with the balance of the crankshaft because the center is right around there, and you can see most of the material cut out for this is above the center, so that will help with the balance and also the air coming out as it spins. Head button, didn't do much to the head button, just polished it up, made it look nice. I currently have a T4 Protect plug in there. I had to add an extra head shim for that. The cooling head I like the cooling head, it's very tall, so that's why the top got scratched up, but it does make for really good cooling. This carb is very nice, comes with a 5.4 millimeter insert, but this carb does tune very easily, runs well, engine has good fuel efficiency with it. I have replaced the bearings. This is an Avid RC front bearing, 7 by 17 by 5 millimeters, very smooth steel bearing. You can see, very smooth. And then the inner bearing is a Boca bearing, because Boca bearings has every size you could ever imagine for bearings, and they're very affordable too, and once again, very smooth. If I push the crank all the way in through both bearings, very smooth. I was gonna go with a ceramic rear bearing, but this isn't a super like intense build, I guess you could say. Just wanted to keep the cost down. Oh, I didn't even show you guys a piston. Sorry. You can see the piston is in very good condition too. You got some scratches, but nothing that will kill the engine. You got the nice brown color, the carbon line right there, and then the pinch line. And then you'll probably notice, not so much on the front side, but on the back side, there's some scratches right there, or like shiny spots. And that's from when I changed the wrist pin. This part got pushed up so it wouldn't fit into the sleeve. So I just took an X-Acto knife and I smoothened that out, and now it fits into the sleeve very nicely. It's got pretty good pinch, but I will give it a repinch before I really go and run it, just so then that way it's running optimally and like brand new pretty much. But yeah, I will have to change the connecting rod, because as you can see, there's a little bit of play in that. So yeah, I will change the connecting rod in the future. But yeah, that's the Novarossi X12 MRC tuned. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.